They say time heals all wounds, but what if it doesn't? Eleanor Moore had everything: a loving husband, a small home filled with laughter, and a future that felt certain. Until one cold morning, it all ended. For 10 years, she spoke to no one. No birthdays, no holidays, just silence. Then one day, without warning, she picked up a pen. What she wrote changed the lives of thousands. This is her story, and the life lessons she learned in the silence. Eleanor met Thomas when she was just 19. He was a schoolteacher, quiet and kind. They built a life in a small town in Oregon. A cozy home, 2 children, weekend hikes, music on Sunday mornings. It wasn't glamorous, but it was everything. Then, after 45 years together, cancer took Thomas in just 6 months. Eleanor didn't cry at his funeral. She just disappeared. The children tried to visit. Friends left messages. Neighbors knocked. But Eleanor retreated into her world. For 10 years, her routine never changed. Wake up, boil tea, sit by the window. The world outside moved on. But inside her, time stood still. She wasn't bitter. She wasn't angry. She was just empty. On the 10th anniversary of Thomas's passing, Eleanor found something she hadn't touched in years: his journal. Inside was a note he had written weeks before he died. Write what's in your heart. One day someone might need it more than you know. That evening, she sat at her old typewriter and began to write. She wrote every day: memories, pain, regrets, but also lessons. Like how silence can teach more than noise. How grief is not a mountain to climb, but a companion to walk beside. And how love, real love, never dies. She called the book What the Silence Taught Me. A small publisher picked it up. They expected to sell a few hundred copies, but the world heard her whisper, and it roared back. Letters started pouring in. A woman who lost her daughter, a man who lost his home, people who thought no one could understand. But somehow, Eleanor did. She didn't become famous, she didn't get rich, but for the first time in years, she wasn't alone. One letter simply said, "You saved my life without ever meeting me." Eleanor still lives in the same house, but now she wakes with purpose. She tends her garden, hosts a grief circle once a month, and yes, still writes. The silence hasn't left, but now it sings. So what did Eleanor learn in 10 years of silence? That healing is not forgetting. It's remembering with peace. That love, even when lost, leaves behind wisdom. And that sometimes the most powerful voice is the one that quietly endured. Her story isn't just about grief. It's about you and what you choose to do with your silence.